Sometimes our dog Troy likes to take stuff off the counter. And he does it when we're not looking and when we're in another room, and he runs out that dog door and he eats it outside. He's smart enough to not do it in the house, right? But he goes straight out that door, and so then it's usually hours later when we find out. We notice, we're like, where did the cookies go? You know what I mean? Didn't we put pancakes on the counter, And then next thing you know, we realize, oh, the plate or the box or whatever is outside and we no longer have cookies or pancakes, right? And so we're like, oh, and so at that point we do this thing where we yell his name really loud. We're like, Troy, right? And then we're like, bad dog, and we're like, no. And by the time we get those 5 words out of our mouth, Troy is already in his kennel, scooched as far back as he can get there, lying there like, I'm a good dog, really I am. Trust me, I'm a good dog, right? Now look, Troy is a chocolate Labrador Retriever, and he weighs about 105 pounds on a good trim day. You know what I'm saying? And Troy is a big dog. He can do a lot of damage. Matter of fact, everybody in my house, other than me, would probably lose instantly in a fight to Troy. Okay, like he is rambunctious and he is a Brutus, right? He will take him out. But you know what? It doesn't matter if I yell the name Troy or my 8-year-old granddaughter yells the name Troy. He goes to the kennel. Now, why would a dog who obviously possesses the power to overtake an 8-year-old girl and eat whatever he wants to, why would he go to the kennel, right? It's power dynamics, right? Power is why he goes to the thing, because he knows who holds the power in the house. And it's not even a negative power. We've had Troy since he was a puppy. We've trained him in certain ways. When Troy gets lost, who goes finds him? We do. When Troy needs to eat 3 times a day, who feeds him? We do. Sometimes even the 8-year-old does, right? So Troy understands in his own way what a family is, and that he exists in a relationship with us, and that there's power in the house. And when he does something wrong, he needs to recognize that he's done something wrong and accept the power, right? So this is power dynamics. And because we hold the power, because we hold the food, and because we have the nice house with air conditioning, and because we have the backyard, right, and because we have all that, Troy knows that when we're upset or when we're out of sorts, he wants to be out of our way, and he wants to be where he needs to be, right? Because it's power dynamics. Now, we could talk about workplaces, or we could talk about relationships, or we could talk about kids. We can talk about all those, but in every relationship that you have, whether it's with your dog or your kids or your spouse or people at your job, right, there are power dynamics at play. Everybody knows who has the power in every situation, and in the end, they choose to challenge it or they choose to accept and work within the power dynamics that exist. So power is a law of boundaries.